On December the 17th last year, a 26-year-old Tunisian street vendor by the name of Mohamed Bouazizi went to his local governor's office in Sidi Bouzid. Having endured harassment and humiliation at the hands of local officials who accused him of illegally selling his wares, he had had enough. But when his governor refused to meet him, however, he doused himself in petrol and, in protest, set himself on fire. What Mohammed and millions of protesters across the Middle East didn't have was someone to hear their views, to help their trades and businesses, their schools, their interests, someone to champion their cause and to fight for their rights. We in Britain do. Across the country we have the power to elect individuals who stand to represent our voice in the local community. These individuals are elected to fulfil all kinds of duties, spending taxpayers' money on local services, helping businesses, even bus fares, bin collections and fixing roads. These individuals are our local councillors. But what do we, ordinary shoppers and workers going about our daily business, actually know about our councillors? And how much do we really care? I went around the city of Leeds to investigate.
I have no idea who my local council is.
It's a waste of time, because whoever's your local council, they want you to go to a meeting, tell you a thing, and then they want you to vote for it, and then they'll bloody do what they like, so what's your selling one? It's a waste of time.
Do you know who your local councillor is?
No.
Do you know who your local councillor is?
Yeah.
And will you be voting on May the 5th?
Yeah.
You know that on May the 5th people around Leeds are voting specifically to change the Leeds City Council?
I don't know about that.
Do you not?
No.
Do you know who your local councillor is?
I don't know.
Because I see most of the people, they don't even know something about local elections. Even if you ask them, they say, oh, are the local elections happening this year? So I don't know whether it's like lack of communication or not proper publicity.
They don't get involved, do they? So
The local councils don't get involved?
yeah, not really. They say that they do.
And do you vote in the local elections?
Well, I didn't know they were on. So.
And that is the problem. Not only do many of us not vote at our elections, we don't even know who our councillors are. And they are the people with the power to decide what goes on in our local communities. This is the Grand Council Chamber at Leeds Civic Hall, where the city's councillors meet to discuss and deliberate over vital local issues. Like the House of Commons in Westminster, Leeds City Council is made of a governing administration and an opposition. But it can become a place of conflict, as we saw back in February, when scores of protesters stormed the chamber to attack the Labour-run council for its budget cuts, which have already led to the closure of leisure centres and impacted bus facilities in town. 99 councillors sit here, drawn from 33 different wards to serve a 4-year term. Each ward is represented by 3 different councillors, but each year only a third of them are voted in. So basically 33 councillors are elected each year, with each ward returning one every year over 3 consecutive years to serve a 4-year term, meaning no elections in 4th year. If this sounds complicated to you, then you're not alone.
Good afternoon, Electoral Services. How may I help?
I was wondering, I've got my voting card through the post, and I was looking online on the website. Now, it says on there that we've got 99 councillors in the City Council, and only 33 wards, and we're only electing 33 this time. So, what happens to the other 66? Where do they come from?
You vote for one person out of the 3 that have been elected in your area.
Who elects the 3?
Oh, well, the parties do, don't they? The parties elect them. You vote for one.
Yes, and I get 3, and then I get 3 councillors for my area in the council.
Yeah.
What she meant to say was that each year we elect a different councillor in each ward, not all 3. And the parties put forward candidates. They don't elect them. Some figures stand out especially. At last year's local election, 71% of people in suburban Alwoodley turned out to vote. Compare that with inner city Hyde Park and Woodhouse, where only 46% voted. 45% meanwhile turned out in the City and Hunslet ward. It is the areas most in need of community engagement where, sadly, people turn out the least. However, last year's turnout was higher than usual thanks to the general election held the same day. Back in the May 2008 local elections, their turnout was depressingly, even dangerously low. A shocking 19.69% of people cast their vote in the student ward of Headingley, the lowest turnout anywhere in Leeds. If we don't make our voices heard when we have the chance, we may well find out that there is no other way to influence the decisions made in our name. If we don't vote on May the 5th, we may find that when we do want to speak up, it's too late. For Leeds Television, this is Mark O'Brien. For more information about your local councillors, visit leeds.gov.uk.
The main thing I learnt in Parliament is you don't do things from the top down. You don't tell people from the top down, you build it up from the bottom, and that means communicating from the bottom, being in touch with local groups, local community, local people, exactly like Leeds Television is doing. So hopefully we'll get the word across, word of mouth, and pass it across at street level and change things from the bottom. This is John Battle with Leeds Television. Great to be here.